Welcome to Maximal Being,
a podcast devoted to ditching fad diets and using real science to get you healthy and feeling great.
I'm Doc a GI and functional medicine doctor who harnesses the power of gut health to get you achieving your goals.
And I'm Jacky P, a well-informed layman who challenges the experts and asks the questions that you want.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button or leave a comment.
And now, on to the show.
What's going on? Maximal Being's Doc here with MaximalBeing.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment. It does help us to get the word out. If you have any questions, you can email us at team@MaximalBeing.com. Enjoy the episode.
Hello, Maximal Beings. It is I, Jacky P, and we're back with another episode of Sham. Docmok. Sham. We would love to give someone free nutrition advice if they could come up with a nice, cool little jingle that we can use.
Yep. Hit us up, team@MaximalBeing.com.
We'll shout you out every episode to our billions of listeners.
We know we have. We know you're talented.
They're out there.
Talented. You send us your poop all the time. So
exactly. And there are aliens out there now, so we're beaming it out to the space as well. You never know.
Right. That's right. Dinosaurs in China, right?
Exactly.
That's definitely real. I mean,
for sure, 100%.
Not at all.
Yeah, no, I think it's real. It's on the internet, so it's for sure real.
You heard it here first, ladies.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Exclusive take. So, of course, you got to check in Docmok. How are you? You're always glowing and beaming. How are things down there in sunny Florida?
Jacky P, I know you're the expert in finance, but I actually got interviewed by the Wall Street Journal today, believe it or not.
Whoa, big
and they
deal.
were like, Docmok, what is a stock? And I was like, pass.
Can I use a lifeline on that one?
That's right. Can I phone a friend, please? Yeah. They didn't interview me at all about financial things, thank God, because I would have just totally been like, here, actually, this is the guy you want to talk to. But I did have a cool interview with them. It's going to be published next week. And we talked about some of the cool stuff that we're doing at my place of work to prevent pancreatic cancer. So really great stuff.
Wow. For those of you listening, you don't know this, but Docmok is, I'm not even going to say low-key, high-key a celebrity.
Oh.
He's been flown out to, what was it, Arizona to shoot commercials. People storm the streets.
Yeah.
It's you know, there's going to be a time where your celebridom, I don't know if that's the word, but I'm going to use it, your celebridom is just going to be too big for us. You know, we're going to have to like book your stuff ahead of time and coordinate with your executive assistant because you're too busy, you know, interviewing Oprah and talking to her about her microbiome.
Well, I feel like mom always said I had a face for radio, so I don't know. This might be my medium of choice. Sorry for all of you watching me and on YouTube right now, but you know, you get it if you're watching this on YouTube.
He says that, and he has like perfect glowing skin. Look at that. He's basically Benjamin Button. Every time we do an episode, it looks like he's a little bit younger than the last time we talked. Anywho, for those of you forever young. Wait, you gotta sing less than 30 seconds or it's copyright infringement. Those of you who don't know. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Jacky P. I am your layman. I am here to make sure that Docmok and the incredible guests that he speaks with, make sure that when we're explaining things, the layman who hasn't gone to medical school and hasn't been interviewed by a Wall Street Journal and hasn't been published in tons of research papers and medical textbooks can understand. Docmok, tell the people who you are today.
I'm Docmok. I'm a therapeutic endoscopist, which is a fancy type of GI doctor that diagnoses, treats, and palliates cancer. I'm also boarded in functional medicine. And Jacky P is a financial guru. You know, he's being a little bit laid back here tonight. He's being a little bit modest. The man is an expert. Just this is not a financial podcast. So
yeah,
you know.
It isn't.
But the man, anytime he talks about stocks, I'm like, can you please explain to me what that is? Is it a type of food?
Yes.
No.
Where is this stock market everybody speaks of? Can I walk it? Can I browse its aisles?
Yes. Can I eat it? Yeah.
Are you a healthcare practitioner searching for a comprehensive solution to streamline your patient referrals and improve collaboration with other practitioners? Look no further than Rupa Health, the ultimate platform for integrative and functional medicine practitioners. As a healthcare practitioner, I've struggled with the traditional referral process for labs. It's time-consuming, inefficient, and often lacks the necessary communication between providers and patients. But ever since I started using Rupa Health, everything has changed. That's right, Rupa Health is revolutionizing the way that practitioners connect and order lab work with their patients. Their advanced platform allows you to effortlessly send and receive patient lab referrals and secure their information, sending them the kits directly. This makes the communication directly with other patients and practitioners easy to take care of. I can't stress enough how much time and energy Rupa Health has saved me. With just a few clicks, I can easily order lab work and track their progress, and then I receive the results directly into my inbox, which I can send to the patients automatically with recommendations. Absolutely, Rupa Health's extensive network of lab testing and curated, integrated, and functional medicine testing allows practitioners to receive the highest quality of care and dedicate their practice to a patient-centered, holistic approach which aligns perfectly with the values of healthcare in a functional medicine practice. Plus, Rupa Health provides you with excellent customer support. Their team is responsive, knowledgeable, and always helps with assistance in billing questions and how kits are shipped to your patients. They are dedicated to helping practitioners like us provide the best possible care for our patients. And if you're a patient listening, it allows you to seamlessly order your lab testing and receive all of the necessary information. Rupa Health has been a game changer for my practice, and as you know, it will be for yours too. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to save on lab testing by heading to labs.rupahealth, that's rupa.com/store/storefront_ V as in Victory, G as in Grape, X 00400. That's labs.rupahealth.com/store/storefront_ V as in Victory, G as in Grape, X 0040. I'll see you later, Maximal Beings.
So it's a Sham or Graham. It's a Just Us episode. And, we're going to pull some things that we see on the internet, and we're going to see how much merit it has. I personally, I'm hoping to find a Graham. Like I'm hoping to find something good, because I feel like we've been on a hot streak of shams lately. So I'm going to read out some options here, and let me know. I'm just going to say, and you tell me stop. All right. So we've got sunlight, 6 principles, remove inflammation. I know I like to talk about inflammation. Improve bad knees. I might need that for myself. Dying, just one word, dying. Belly button or back cracking.
I feel like sunshine is really intriguing me because I saw a ridiculous post on whatever that social media is that Elon Musk owns. And I had to comment on it because the guy was like, the sunscreen industry, this and that, and it's all fake and it doesn't cause cancer. And I'm like,
big sunscreen.
Dude, come out of your little nerfy bubble and into the cancer world. It sure does.
It's funny you say that, because I do remember, and that could have been the same clip, but they're like, oh, there wasn't, like, people weren't using sunscreen in the 70s and 80s. And I was like, yeah, they weren't wearing seatbelts either.
Then. There's no cancer.
They also didn't have seatbelts.
Yeah,
or airbags.
Sure if you check the Seer database, there was skin cancer in the 70s.
Yeah.
And all the people who were like, putting the oil on themselves with the little like metal thing, I'm pretty sure they're at my establishment of work right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And you've seen the folks who, you get leathery, Yeah. Sunscreen, folks, SPF.
That's your best protection against aging. The skin doesn't lie, man.
Yeah.
Put on the SPF.
Listen, if you look like DocMok and you're de-aging as time goes on, you got to listen to him, because he's obviously doing something right. All right. So it is sunlight. Let me go ahead and share this. I always, it hasn't like I've been using Zoom every day for the last 4 years. All right, here we go.
Every time I go on, it's different.
Yeah. All right. So this is sunlight.
There's a really nice study out of Israel this last year that showed that if you had people, this was men and women, go outside for 20 minutes, 3 times a week, and try and expose as much of their skin as they possibly could to sunlight while still being decent, right? That it raised testosterone and estrogen significantly. Why? Because skin isn't just an organ to, tattoo and protect our organs. It's a organ that actually functions as an endocrine, as a hormone organ, that, like vitamin D, right? This kind of thing. And there was this whole pathway that they delineated in this study, really interesting, based on keratinocytes, which are these particular skin cells, and P53, which is a cell cycle molecule. Super interesting. It showed getting sunlight on your body, getting sunlight exposure to your eyes early in the day, increases testosterone and estrogen, increases feelings of well-being, improves sleep, et cetera. It's like all the things we know.
Okay.
All right. Not as bad as I thought.
I was expecting to go like deep into the deep left.
Yeah. He did
I
okay.
don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
proud of this guy. I'm proud. He stayed in his lane. He just kind of talked about the research. I mean, the obvious link between hormone biosynthesis is vitamin D, and absolutely he's right that fully exposed sun exposure, have interpret that how you want to. Again, there are laws against certain things, so we're not advocating anything here at Maximal Being, but you're able to turn UVB rays specifically, and that's a frequency of 280 to 320, into a precursor of vitamin D3. And then it binds to cofactors within your body and through the liver, through your cytochrome system, which is that's the system that breaks down a lot of chemicals. You're actually able to turn that into 25-OH vitamin D, which is the active form that has effects on your cortisol pathway. So good science there. And he's actually, quoting a specific study, which is published in a peer-reviewed journal, I'm assuming. So I appreciate that. I just thought he was going to go left on this whole.
I feel bad. I saw his face and I judged him. I don't know if I've seen him in something before. And I was just like, oh man, this guy's gonna say stand in the sun and you're gonna lose 10 pounds or something. And you know what? Shame on me, because hey, we got one.
Yeah.
We got one.
We did it. We did it. Thank you. Internet.
Yes.
Yeah. Something good is coming out of the internet.
Yes. All right. So you heard it here, folks. Go out there as decent as you can be. Get in the sun. I mean, there are places in Europe, if you're listening in Europe, that you can go and let it all hang loose. Or South America, or there's some beaches in the States, I'm sure, as well.
Probably here in Florida.
Yeah. Get some that. See, I just like what I do. Actually, here's my little thing I do. I wake up in the morning. I have the roof deck goes off my back and on our 3rd floor here, and I just brush my teeth in my boxers, looking at the city. No one can see me up there unless my neighbors. But I do feel like in the beginning of Lion King, when it's like, oh, everything that touches is your kingdom. Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Nothing better than looking at the Philly skyline. I mean,
it's nice.
It really is breathtaking.
It is nice. Yeah. And shout out to Philly also, because we get a bad rap, but Philly's a vibe.
No, Philly's a great place. Lived there for 6 years. Absolutely love it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Good
Moving
pick,
right along.
Jacky P.
Oh, thank you. We're on the roll. We're gonna find something else good too. This is gonna be all good Shamagram.
Yeah, and I feel contrast that one with the take 50,000 units of vitamin D every other day guy. That's just like, I don't know. I just do it because it's cool.
It feels good. I like 50,000. It's a nice round number.
I know I'm all Botoxed up and probably had plastic surgery, but it's definitely the vitamin D 50,000 units every day.
That's what we do. All right. So back to our list. 6 principles: remove inflammation, improve bad knees, dying.
I like dying.
Dying?
Oh yeah.
Dying.
I hope this is not a graphic video, because or maybe it's like dyeing your hair. With beets or
perhaps.
something natural.
Yeah. That's true. it's a homonym joke. Is a
Yeah.
homonym? Words that sound the same? Yeah.
Also,
Bang.
remember,
Shout
ladies
out.
and gentlemen, beets actually dye your poop a blood tinge color. So don't consult
Ooh,
your friendly neighborhood gastroenterologist if you had beets the day
nice.
before. Also,
That's a nice.
rhubarb and Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, Pepto-Bismol. Okay.
Yep. Mhm.
Wow, that's a nice. Okay, so I opened it and it's Dana White. If you don't know who that is, that's the dude from UFC, right? Right? Is he? I think.
I think
I
so.
don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
that sounds
like,
right.
like he's in that space. I don't know. All right, so this is dying. All right, here we go. It's a minute and a half.
They do these tests on you and they know when you're going to die. And they're right within a month. So I'm like, wait a minute. This guy can tell me when I'm going to die and be right within a month?
That was your hook.
I became obsessed. So I went down there. They did my blood work. He said, if you keep doing what you're doing right now and you stay on this trajectory, you got 10.4 years.
I said, Dana, I can see that you can't sleep through the night.
I would wake up in the middle of the night and throw up almost every night.
And I said, I'd be very surprised if it's not painful for you to bend down and tie your shoes right now. And he went, no fucking way. He slammed the table down. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. You're starting to freak me out.
My legs were so fucked up that I couldn't put my socks on in the morning. I was like a tenth of a point away from being diabetic. He said, you do exactly what I tell you to do for 10 weeks. And I guarantee you I'll change your life. So I was in. You have to understand, I don't fall into all this hippie bullshit. That, I don't do any of this shit. I'm like average Joe, real guy, okay? This guy has changed my life in 10 weeks. I don't snore anymore. And I sleep 7-8 hours a night now.
How much weight have you lost? If you don't mind me
30
asking.
pounds. I feel like I'm 35 years old again. There's somebody who's listening right now who are going through the same things that I did. Horrible sleeping at night, snoring, sleep apnea, borderline diabetes. I invested in them for 10 weeks and this guy changed my life. It's about not getting the right information. I think that this podcast is going to help a lot of people.
All right.
Do we talk about conflict of interest, Jacky P?
Yeah, actually,
I think
that's
you can. You want to tackle that one?
I mean, that's a huge thing in my industry. Conflict of interest. First of all, I'd like to, for those who may or may not know, I went to school for film and production. So how things are edited and pacing of things, even though haven't been in that industry for 15 years, it still bothers me. And the jarring and the intercutting and like of that video already has my stomach in bubbles. But let's talk about conflict of interest. He is basically saying he invested in this person and he's changed his life. And he hasn't really said anything about what he did, what the changes were, what the problems were. And also, in my opinion, I think if you were borderline diabetic and you knew that before you met this guy, isn't there some form of accountability that you could just say, hey, maybe before I met this guy, I just wasn't being the adult I should be and listening to my doctors and doing the right thing. You had to pay money to this dude to tell him things that you probably already knew. So that's kind of my take. And also, I don't know if we can say Sham because he didn't even say what he did. He just said,
we don't even know what the size.
He's like, I invested in this guy and I'm better. Check out my 6-pack abs. I'm like, all right, cool.
I mean, listen, I think this is great that the guy is on a path to wellness. That is wonderful. I'm all for people getting better, especially rapidly. Is it sustainable? I don't know. And I bet there is a conflict here. I bet either he's getting paid to be on this podcast because this guy is, giving him money, or he gave him a free something product to get him here for an endorsement. There's definitely some conflict of interest. And then also we're talking sample size of one person, right? So everybody is completely different. And I would also imagine that the advice is probably pretty homogenous. I would imagine it's not anything super crazy other than the things that we talk about here, which are just, calories in, calories out, quality of calorie, move more, all the sleep things that we talked about. We have 2 episodes on that. It's not a difficult formula. You just need motivation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I'm sorry for all the cursing. If there's any.
Yeah. Sorry. We didn't. For those who don't know the process, I randomly, the algorithms know that I do this. So I get these random clips on my social media. So I would basically send a link to our editor and say, hey, edit this down for Shamagram. And then it sits for like a couple weeks. Because I'm a goldfish. I'm not going to remember any of this at all. And then we go through it. So if there's cursing, if there's just explicitness in things, we do apologize. But that's what's on the internet. We gotta deal with it. And also, let's rewind and said the 10.4 years thing. He's like, he told me I'll die in 10.4 years. There's no way to prove that. How are you going to prove that?
No, there's no way. There's no way at all. And then not even for a second.
I bet
this guy would be the most rich person on the face of the earth if that were true.
I can bet money if you track that podcast down somewhere else after he made all these changes and got his 6-pack abs, he magically increased his life expectancy from 10.4 years to like 20.9 years or something ridiculous. And it's just the most like, I mean, I don't want to get into that because they haven't talked about it, but not Sham. I know we say we're not supposed to say Sham. Sham.
Just
Sham. We're moving on.
And I mean, one more point, Jacky P. Like there are tests of longevity that exist out there. They're based on telomere length. They're based upon methylation patterns, oxidative stress. These things do exist, but you're taking objective data and making a subjective interpretation out of that data, right? You're saying that if a telomere is this long and mine is this long, that I am going to live less than this person, right? But there's more to the equation than that. I know I brag about my telomere lengths because
watch out now. Watch out. Go ahead, big dog. I see you.
But you know, I think that these tests really need to be used with a grain of salt because there's more to the equation often. And it does sound like the guy was in trouble and that he needed to lose weight, but come on, to the week.
I mean,
no.
I'm not an expert on sleep apnea, but I do know that if you're borderline diabetic and you're not taking care of yourself, it's reasonable to believe that will directly impact your lifespan.
Oh, for sure. If you're overweight, if you're exceptionally like well muscled, right? Well muscled people, like people that crack records for lifting, those people all have sleep apnea and they often die of heart disease and the strain that the sleep apnea puts on their heart over time. So it's just that the human body for a different person, like you're taller than me, Jacky P, so you're meant to carry different weight than I'm meant to carry, right? So it just is the physics of our human bodies.
Yeah. And for the record, anyone wondering, violate my own HIPAA. I don't have sleep apnea. I just snore a lot. My son talks all the time. Like, I can hear you snoring. I'm like, all right. All right, Quinn. All right, back to the matter at hand. All right. We got 6 principles: remove inflammation, improve bad knees, belly button. Or back cracking. I kind of want to see what belly button's about.
Me too. I'm game.
I'm game for belly button. Okay, so let me do it here. I'm gonna download it.
I hope that it involves your belly button predicting how long you're gonna live to the week.
That would be
awesome.
It would be like, yes, if you look at your belly button, there will be rings. Count those rings.
That's how long you'll live.
All right, belly button. Oh, okay. So this guy's doing something interesting. I gotta share again.
It's the secret to the universe.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, nice little Maximal Being intro there.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Could you show me the belly button on torque?
Really? Okay. Belly button on torque. There's a couple ways to do it, but super powerful. Think about this, the belly button itself, we grow out of there. So every nerve ending, every vein, every blood vessel came from here. So I take my hand, I go into the belly button and I go in this direction because I'm gonna turn up. So pushing in, turning thumbs up like this. And what this is doing is creating pressure. It'll feel kind of like you gotta take a bowel movement. Squeeze the spine and then take your other hand, if you can, and turn the skin around the back of the spine, the opposite direction. What you can do from there is you move down and then you can move slightly like this, slowly, and breathe. Deep breaths into the belly cavity and go up and even flex this forward and go back and forth, and it just unravels everything around your intestines. Good for autoimmune, good for digestion. And if you have any issues with lower back or hips, this is where you want to start because it's on the inside working its way out. You can find this and a lot more on our YouTube channel.
All right. So, first of all, he looked ridiculous.
I know.
He looked like he turned himself into a wind-up toy. He's like
Yeah.
cranking his stomach and his back.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe all that, but that could be being a pessimist. I just don't know anymore. I can't believe that. I can't believe any of that
No.
works.
I mean, I think it's one thing if you're saying that it's good as a stretch for some sort of like musculoskeletal reason, but to say that it's good for autoimmunity,
Yeah.
like maybe I could even buy digestion or something like that, but not the rest of it. I don't know. Like I just feel like stay in your lane, and pressing on your belly button is not going to be a significant stretch. Maybe the twisting will,
Yeah.
but autoimmunity does not work that way, sir.
Yeah, and also just looked uncomfortable.
And
I don't know.
also for the people out there, like, are you trusting a guy that's in a closed bar
Yeah,
in the middle of the woods somewhere?
yeah, and also back to production, Jackie. That intro. Let's go back to the intro. Listen, you guys. This is. Listen, you're online. You have time. Why are you opening like this?
I know.
Like, what
Can
are
you
you
show me the
doing?
belly button on torque?
Really? Okay.
Like, really? Like, oh, you caught me off guard by surprise, and then you're completely scripted.
Oh,
Just-
sorry to see you there.
Yeah, like, and also, what is he doing? What is he stretching?
I know.
Like, and just start here. Just say, hey, I'm gonna give you some stuff. Human garage. It's
Yeah.
more like a human chop shop,
Yeah.
but Sham, boo.
Damn. That's not as bad as the random cup of stuff or the boner juice, but
Oh, the butter juice is
I mean
great.
it's number 3, I think. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Sorry, human
What?
garage people.
Yeah.
But
what was the
Really?
one that we saw? It was, yeah, sorry. No, you know what? No, not sorry to human garage people. You're putting out information that people are going to think works. No, if you're going to put out information, put out right information. It's the internet.
Yeah.
Like be the people doing the right thing. Shame
Yes.
on you, human garage.
That's right.
I'm
Shame.
taking a stance.
Shame.
All
Yeah,
right.
I don't know. Anyway,
All right.
this is fun, Jacky P. This is good. I always have a blast chatting with you. I mean, this is just, yeah.
Are you looking for high quality, evidence based supplements to support your functional medicine practice? Look no further than FullScript, the leading platform for healthcare practitioners to prescribe and order professional grade supplements. As a functional medicine and gastroenterology doctor, I trust FullScript to provide me with a wide range of high quality supplements that meet specific needs of my patients. Their extensive product catalog includes trusted brands, ensuring that I have access to the best options for my patients' health. That's right, FullScript offers a comprehensive selection of supplements, including vitamins, minerals, botanicals, and specialty formulations, all sourced from reputable manufacturers. Plus, their rigorous quality control ensures that you're getting products that meet the highest quality standards of purity and potency. And what I love most about FullScript is the convenience it offers. With their user-friendly online platform, I can easily browse, prescribe, and manage supplement protocols for my patients. It saves me valuable time and streamlines the ordering process. Absolutely, FullScript makes it easy to create customized protocols for your patients and track their progress. Plus, they handle all the logistics from inventory management to shipping, so you can focus on what matters most, providing excellent care to your patients. So if you're ready to take your functional medicine practice or wellness to the next level, visit us.fullscript.com/welcome/maximalbeing. That's us.fullscript.com/welcome/maximalbeing to receive your 15% discount on customized supplements and check Maximal Being standardized protocols for gut health. FullScript has been a game changer for my practice, and I know it will be for yours. Don't miss out on this incredible resource for functional medicine practitioners and patients alike today.
You know, it's just amazing what's out there. You know, my business partner and I were like just talking today about like, you know, our industry is highly regulated, but there's still people out there who could just get away with saying anything they want. And it's like, this is not fair, you know.
No.
Like, this is not fair. There are rules to this. Yes, the internet doesn't have rules for sure, I'll give you that, but
No,
like
hard.
like come on, like I don't know, it just bothers me. Just might be in a mood, Doc. I don't know, I'm in the mood, man. I'm
I hope
riled
that
up.
guy doesn't live in Philly, because
I know, I better not see him on the streets. It's on site.
He's gonna boop him right in his belly button.
Yeah, how's your autoimmune issues now?
Yeah, that's right. Take this. Now you have autoimmune disease.
I mean, actually, no disrespect to that guy. He actually looked good, in decent shape. His like his skin was going, whatever. So I was like, oh, maybe he's gonna something, you know. But you know, no, he just out
bar in the middle of the woods. That's the guy I'm gonna trust for my autoimmune advice. Definitely not a rheumatologist. You know, definitely not that person.
Man,
if you didn't have a good time out there, listeners, then please email me, because you're missing out on some A+ entertainment here today.
Oh, you know what, Docmok? You know, I was thinking, I don't know, maybe we should do it another. You know, actually, I'm gonna throw it out there. You know, we ask our guests all the time, like their three favorite things, or the 3 questions. I've never asked you those questions.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't think the people out there know those questions. And we could do it real quick. We could do like a quick
deal.
So hit me with it. What's your favorite health book?
My favorite health book right now, which I just wrapped up, is called Outlive. It's written by Peter Attia. Peter Attia is a surgical oncologist by training. He runs the Drive podcast, really great podcast. I like it, very scientific. And it's about longevity, and it's about living life, not in terms of lots of years, but having those years be quality years. And I really like the message in particular. He talks about nutrition, is that you shouldn't get so mixed up in this diet, that diet, because a lot of the data behind the science is anecdotal, it's corollary. Randomized data is hard to do when patients aren't sitting in a hospital, because food is complicated, humans are complicated, and the interaction of the two is so individual, which is totally what we talk about all the time, Jacky P. So I really appreciate his message of just, you know, if you're worrying so much about your diet and you're so mad that your diet wasn't talked about in this book, you probably just need to go outside and exercise.
Wonderful.
So I really like the book.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. You're so smart.
Back at.
What's your? I mean, I think I know it, but what is your favorite exercise? And you can't say calf raises or any sort of calf related.
I never work out I worked out my calves like one time in the last 10 years recently, and I was like, oh, this is why I don't exercise my calves.
You don't need it.
Yeah, I like compound exercises. I like lifting barbells from the ground to something. So I like hang cleans and clean and jerk. Those are my 2 favorite. They like work basically everything in your body. You have to be flexible to do it. You're using power, right? Which is force times distance. So you need to be able to move something over a distance. And also it gets your heart rate like really jacked up with not even a ton of weight. And I'm not a CrossFit sort of athlete level, but it's just really fun to like keep going up and up and up and doing more weight. You just feel like you won something, you know?
Nice.
So I love that.
Cool. I think you alluded to this diet, or like, I guess your eating habits very early on, and maybe one of the first episodes when you're introducing the folks to yourself and Maximal Being, but the craziest diet that you've been on, or I guess heard of too, if there's something spicy there.
Yeah. The weirdest diet that I've heard anybody talk about is this HCG diet, where people give themselves injection of human chorionic gonadotropin, which is the natural thing that our placentas release when women are pregnant. And somebody out there did some very poor done research to assert that it leads to weight loss. And obviously, who the hell wants to give themselves an injection multiple times a day? Nobody. So I don't know. That's the weirdest diet that I've heard on. I also had a patient tell me they were on the hot dog diet, which I know we've talked about, and that is self-explanatory. All she was eating was packaged corn dogs, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And needless to say, she was not a healthy human.
Not hitting her nutritional
We worked on it. And then early on in my, journey, I went from like running long distances, so 8+ miles every other day, eating 1,200 calories a day, which is way too little for a person. And I experimented for a while with vegan diets, and I'm not knocking that, but it's not for me. It does not work for me. I did not feel well. I had some cholesterol issues at the time, like definitely didn't sleep great. Definitely was not healthy in terms of weight and stuff. And I weighed probably about 40 pounds less than I do now. Definitely not for me. Yeah. And I feel like with a vegan diet, I don't know if you've ever done that before, Jacky, but I feel like you end up eating a lot of processed stuff to get protein.
Yeah. I am a Haitian man. I'm a Caribbean man. If I don't go more than 48 hours without eating some form of pork, I will literally disintegrate. So no disrespect to anyone who doesn't eat pork or vegetarians, but I from a qualitative lifestyle and happiness metric, I know I can't stay away from meat at all. That's like the one thing.
Jacky P, we've asked you these questions when you were a guest back in the day on the gym hygiene.
Oh my,
episode.
I forgot I was a guest on this
before. That was a while ago. That was a while ago. We're probably up in the 70s in our episodes now by when this airs. So that was probably like episode 7 something.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to it with the very even more youthful, although he still looks very young, Jacky P.
Holy moly.
He wasn't in it. He wasn't.
That was a calm Jacky too.
Dabbling.
That was a calm Jacky. Yeah. Because I remember. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. A non-bionic Jacky.
Non-bionic.
But what is the weirdest diet you've been on or heard of?
The weirdest diet I've been on. So I've never been a fan of diets at all. But I would say I did try, and this was more sarcastically, I did try the Taco Bell diet in college. There are people who know when I was basically high school through Taco Bell age, high school through college, and
that
actually
Taco Bell age. I mean,
I mean Taco Bell never dies. They just reinvent the same 3 ingredients into perpetuity. I read somewhere like, oh, someone lost a ton of weight on Taco Bell, and I was a poor college student who loved Taco Bell, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a Taco Bell diet. And I don't remember the results, but I also didn't track it. I just loved the fact that I had a reason to have Taco Bell every day.
Are you a fire sauce guy? Fire sauce?
No, I'm a purist. Yeah. I don't put sauce on anything. Okay. Actually, I'm not. So like if I've got to add to it, I mean that's not the way it was supposed to be served. So I'm an absolute purist when it comes to the food stuff. So and I'll be honest with you, it was great. I love Taco Bell. I can't people my friends our age, like, dude, I don't know how you can eat it. It makes my stomach hurt. Literally, Ashley would have Taco Bell and immediately like start having a migraine. I'm like, I'll demolish it. I don't have Taco Bell. Honestly, I don't think as often as I should, but I probably shouldn't have that often because,
I used to be able to demolish a whole grande meal alone.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. What's your favorite exercise nowadays? I mean, you've had a health journey and you're doing great.
I've been back at it. At it. For those who don't know, I got a new hip back in February. So actually, a little PSA out there. don't take your mobility for granted. Because now when I go to the gym, everything I do, I love it. Because at January of this year, it was like 15 months before, like the last time I was able to even jog. So
Wow.
now, like I go to the gym, I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, I'm hungry for anything that's difficult. But I would say my favorite thing, and it's new just because I was never good at it and I'm starting to get good at it, is the front squat.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Because of the ego, back in the day, I always wanted to lift heavier than I could, and my form was always crappy, and I didn't have the mobility in my ankles, so I never had a good form. And my surgeon said, listen, I've done procedures on Olympic athletes, and they don't go full swing for 8 months. Don't go to the gym and try to lift everything up. Literally go to the gym, lift the bar, start from there.
Yep.
And this is 36-year-old Jacky, who has no ego. Oh, I try not to have any ego at the gym. And yeah, so I started front squats with just the bar, and like I really got my form. And I'm 6'6", folks. I'm down there. My butt's on the. I'm shaking my tail feather on the ground. My form is clean.
That's awesome.
I may not be throwing away all this weight around, but the form cannot be challenged.
That's great.
So the fact that like I finally conquered that after going to the gym basically my entire adult life, it's my current favorite thing. So I also do legs twice a week, sometimes third time a week, because I miss using my legs.
Yeah, leg day is a great day.
Like
how do you grip the barbell like
so
this?
I do the cross.
Okay.
I do the cross. Yeah. I can't, my arms like just don't do that, but I do the cross just because I just make a little V here.
Yep. Yeah, you have that natural deltoid groove right there.
Right there. So
he's showing off his guns, ladies and gentlemen.
Not a big deal.
I'm
so tough and strong.
You're welcome out there. Yeah.
I
had to work on this. It's just like anything, like any mobility thing. You gotta just do it and do it.
I mean, is there any like what's the philosophy out there of like one way versus the other?
No, I think it's equivalent because it's all anterior chain, right? It's all this. But,
yeah, sure.
So it doesn't matter how you grip it, but
got it.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome, dude. And what's your favorite health book?
Favorite health book? Okay, don't yell at me, anyone, but I don't read a lot of health books.
He doesn't need to. He gets.
I don't need to. One, my co-host is a medical genius, so I could just talk about everything.
Who is this person?
And two, I do have a prolific health history, so like I've kind of been to the block a lot of things. But I would give a book recommendation for the people out there, and I'll give two because I reread them this year. And I always go back like, man, this book is really damn good. The first is called The 12-Week Year. It is basically, and also this can apply to a health book or fitness book. Is basically like focusing your goals and just like turning your goals into like 12-week blocks. It's incredible. I apply literally everything in my life to it. And it's awesome.
Awesome. Thanks for the rec.
Jacky P. 12-Week Year. It's great. And then I would say my other current favorite book is I read this book called E-Myth, and this is for all the entrepreneurs out there in the world. It is a phenomenal book if you are a self-employed entrepreneur, solopreneur, business owner, whatever. It is my mentor recommended it to me, and it is also changed the way I see everything and how I operate. So
nice.
So, but I will read a health book. I do have it in the queue.
I got it pulled up. I'm gonna add that on, man. Thank you.
Boom, bang, pop.
I always learn so much from Jacky P. I mean, the man is just like a genius, and he's got like life figured out, life hacking figured out, and then I like the energy too. I like the energy.
I appreciate it.
You bring. Yeah.
Docmok, you're making me blush. You're making me blush. I appreciate it. Well, everyone knows and has listened how smart you are because you're wicked smart. We pull up internet videos that talk about everything, and you can quote studies and research articles. So everyone knows that you're genius.
Well, thanks.
Genius level intellect.
And we
But,
also you and I can both also talk about videos that talk about absolutely nothing at all, like that
Yeah.
middle one. So
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. It's about balance, really.
Yeah.
It's what it really is. Yeah.
Right.
So
Bouncing
Well,
on your
Doc.
belly button.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. What you want to do is you want to punch yourself in your belly button and just like spin your hips in a circle, and that's gonna like cure your IBS. Like, okay, thanks, guy.
It's gonna cure your lupus for sure in 5 seconds.
Well, Doc, this is, as always, I don't know, like, it's hard to have a bad time here with you. It really
Seriously.
is. It's
Yeah.
we have to really, it's really tough. But I, as always, appreciate you and that big old brain and those big old calf muscles of
Appreciate your
yours.
big brain too.
The
calf
just because my
muscles,
head is big.
Not as big as mine, but we're gonna let it.
They're proportional. They're proportional.
Opposites
but
attract as friends.
this is true.
too.
This is true.
Yeah.
You're the calf guy. We don't need two calf guys.
That's right. That's right.
You're the calf guy.
But I don't know, with the front squats on board now, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm working on it. Come see me, folks. If you're in Philly,
That's right.
come see me.
That's
I'm
right.
out here.
Yeah.
All right, I
This
guess
has been fun.
Yeah.
For those of you that haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment. It does help us to get the word out. Head on over to team@maximalbeing.com, or you can email us through our website, maximalbeing.com. Gut health consults are flying off the shelves. People want to talk to us and learn from our team of experts on how to improve their health. I also made a pretty sick spoiler video on there. I want you to check that out, Jacky P.
Ooh.
I want your
All
thoughts. And as always, I'm DocMok, and I'm here with Jacky P, and we are here to maximize your health.
The content included is not intended to be used as medical advice, and viewers should consult their physician or healthcare provider should they have additional questions. The viewers should not rely on information contained in these presentations for immediate or urgent medical needs. Additionally, if you think you have a medical emergency, call your physician or go to the emergency department or call 911 immediately. Never disregard professional medical advice or rely on seeking medical care or delay medical care due to information contained in this presentation. What's going on, Maximal Beings? DocMok here. If you haven't done so already, leave us a comment and hit the subscribe button. Let your friends and family know. That way we can get the word out and continue to bash the bro science.